I'm not certain to what level people on this call know about NRGY. I know some of you have already decided to participate and join the community of users. Others may be on this fence, but I know that the real question people have right now, especially because we're off to such a great start, is this a flash in the pan? Is it a pump and dump? Is it a something that's going to change my life, or is it just something, an opportunity that's just looking for short-term profit? Of course, all of us have to make those decisions, but for myself, this represents not just a couple months of work, but it's a culmination of more than a decade of effort in this area to bring the very best investment technology to your average everyday person. Of course, the big issue today is wealth disparity. And one of the greatest causes of wealth disparity is access to trading technology. As you know, most access to top trading technology is through hedge funds and proprietary systems, which limit who can participate to only accredited wealthy investors. And so this levels the playing field. And when the DeFi opportunity became apparent, I looked at it and I said, this is going to change the lives of a billion people, because it puts everybody, first of all, in complete control of their own money at all times. It prevents, a la Facebook or Google, from looking at your information and working against you. And it is the most democratizing technologies that we've ever seen. And it really is going to disrupt the $22 trillion global financial services industry. And of course, there's not much that can really stop that. The technology is going to move forward, and it's more efficient, it's more fair, it's more equitable. And I looked at this and I said, well, what is really needed today are really solid, fair economic financial systems, not just coins, but financial systems where people can save fairly, where people are fairly compensated, not by who they know or advantages they may have, but everyone's on a fair and equal playing field. And that's what NRGY guiding principle is that fairness, that equality, where everyone, no matter at what point you learn about it and decide that you want to participate in this, everybody has the same rules, and they can't be changed. Even with Bitcoin, the miners control a lot of the say on what Bitcoin is. And the miners decide that they're going to change their software. Well, as an end user, there's not much we can really do. Of course, we've seen the forks, your Bitcoin caches and their Bitcoin SVs. But ultimately, with NRGY, nobody owns the contract. Nobody. No one can change it. The rules are set. When you decide to participate, you know what the rules are. And that makes it fantastic. We don't have to worry about, even with other DeFi coins like Uniswap, those coins are just given away as rewards. And they have a governance aspect to it. If you were fortunate enough and wealthy enough to acquire enough Uniswap tokens, you could change the way Uniswap works. That's not the case with NRGY. No one can change the way it works. So nobody can try to control it, change it for their own advantage. And I think that's just such an important principle. Now, to give you a little overview about NRGY and how it works, there are four major innovations with NRGY. And those four major innovations, the first one, and in terms of the way it works, is the fact that it's the first digital asset. From the start, every holder adds capital directly into a liquidity pool that backs its value. There's no giveaways. There's no developer cut. There's not a developer or some company that's taking a cut on energy. There's not even hardware mining that gives a price advantage for mining. The mining's built in to the market maker staking contract, and all new coins are created, come through that contract. And so people, and the supply is determined by that contract. Only when new capital is added to the market making staking contract are new coins created in the future. And those are paid out as a reward to the holders in the contract. And so that's really exciting because that means at all times, the amount of capital in the system is proportional to the balances in all the wallets. You're not going to see a situation where there lack of liquidity, where there's all these coins getting dumped because someone has a big stash and they didn't pay anything for them, and they're basically driving the price. And if you look at most of the other DeFi tokens, you're going to find huge caches of tokens that may or may not come onto the market. And you just don't have that risk factor with energy. The second innovation, and it ties into this, the supply only increases as more capital comes in the system. And so it's elastic. If for some reason, like this week, for instance, if we go to look at how much we started this week with 11,000 coins in the market maker staking contract. And we currently have, I think, 2,300 left as from yesterday at 340 approximately. So as those finish out, that is going to create a future reward that will be paid out to all the participants in the staking contract, one next week, the week after, and the week after next. So the supply is elastic and it's fair. And so the more capital that we put into the system, the more supply. And that makes it an auto-adjusting, fair economics. The third thing is it's the first DeFi that's really DeFi. It's decentralized. It's not hosted on a server somewhere that can go down. It's lightning fast. We use IPFS. If any of you have got an opportunity to see the new app called Community Builder, that also is built on IPFS. NRGY is built on IPFS. And what this means, it's an unstoppable app. It is also, no one controls it. And there's not a server that can go down that could prevent it from operating. And also, there's no tech team required to maintain it or to keep it running. Matter of fact, it will always run as long as the Ethereum network continues to run. And so that's really exciting also. All the other projects you see have a central server, they have a company, they're reserving a lot of coins for certain people. We're taking 30%, we're taking 40%. Well, that's great, but that's not in the vision of what Satoshi Nakamoto did. When he started Bitcoin, or she, or the group, they went ahead and decided that they weren't going to take a share. Instead, they were the first ones to mine, as you can be when you participate with energy. You can be the first ones to be in the market-making staking program, right? And as a result, many of the early people became extremely wealthy. And we hope the same will happen for us. And I expect that will happen. So the fourth innovation is the fact that we are going to create an economy where all of us can look at our phone and see these huge companies on our phone. I mean, the biggest companies in the world. You know, you got your Facebook and you got your Amazon and you got your Twitter app and look at these apps, right? These are some huge software companies. They're all centralized. They're all company. They're providing a service. They're all on your phone. The platform, whether it be Apple or Google, takes, I think I hear 40%. I think a big part of the revenue. It all goes to a central company, right? Those apps can go down. They're owned by a central company, where a DeFi app isn't owned by anyone. And the revenues in our model, 80% get paid to the developer or whoever it is that created the app, and 20% of the revenues are paid as fees and are shared equally with everybody that has a wallet address inside the market maker staking pool. So what that means is a couple really great high revenue generating apps generate a growth factor that will propel the economic viability of this project well into the future beyond our 100-week initial startup that you see in the minting schedule. So these are not, four, separate things. First digital asset where all the capital, right, is put into a pool, backing liquidity, the limited elastic supply, the first truly DeFi app hosted on the IPFS, Interplanetary File System, and the economics of development and sharing in new apps. And I'm going to show you one tonight that's coming out that works with TD Ameritrade for automated. It's a trading platform that anybody that has can connect to their API, and they can essentially produce a service that will automatically trade your TD Ameritrade account, your stock account. And I'll show you an example of that tonight. So we also have other apps that are in the pipeline that are coming. I'll talk a little more about that later. But these four innovations create a very powerful financial system, a market, right? Just as early internet technology was the browser and the internet, and DNS, and then you created the Amazon market, the Facebook advertising market, and all the other markets that are out there. And so the same will happen for decentralized finance and decentralized applications. And we believe that with a strong currency that offers the advantage of the high growth of being involved at the earliest possible stage, that offers fairness and equality, that top developers and top entrepreneurs will want to develop for this platform and will produce us fantastic new and exciting services that will create the kind of economy and growth that we all want for ourselves, right? So before we get any further, I want to go ahead and just answer questions first, and then after we go through a little Q&A, I also want to make a point that this project truly does not depend on me. I'm just one entrepreneur, one developer. I'm one person. I really participate at the same level that all of you who have decided to participate in. I don't have there's no company. I don't have any special advantage of the fact that I put my hard-earned money and Bitcoin into this project that's in this liquidity pool. And I expect that investment to grow at a very high growth rate. And I'm doing my part, and as we all must do, to build a community of users, to develop exciting, profitable applications, right? And together, Peter's done a fantastic job of getting the word out, telling the story, and you all will all play an important role as a founding people in energy. Okay, so the idea behind Community Builder is that since we don't have a central company to help us build our community, I thought it would be awesome if we could create a team of 2 people who can help people get into the high growth rate of our staking program and get compensated for their efforts in getting the word out about energy. So this is Community Builder, and the idea, you can always go to Uniswap and you can interface directly on Uniswap. But as we know, the UI in Uniswap is not the best. And there's a lot of opportunity of developing interfaces that can help people and protect people, right? And so our original interface, which was the one that was on Icy Feather, that one did a couple interesting things. It allowed people to buy, swap, and stake. The community builder takes this one step further, makes it even simpler, because if you don't own energy, I'll restart this from the beginning. So you just connect your wallet. And then what will happen is if you have to do at least one transaction on the platform to get an address. Make sure this is the right one. Yep. Okay. And that address, when you send this link to somebody, they're going to come to this same interface. And if they don't own energy, they can click on Ethereum, put in how much Ethereum they want to buy in the platform. Well, I don't have much Ethereum here, but 05, right? And I can hit stake. I'm sorry, it's just be 0.05. I hit stake, and what will happen is this amount of funds will go into the staking contract. Okay, I'm going to reject this right now. Obviously, $165 for 0.05 is not exactly great with the gas fees at the moment. But once they're in staking, you earn, if you referred this particular person, you and your teammate, whoever referred you, each one gets 15% of what goes into staking, and the other one gets 10%. That amount is discounted and pays for people to build a community up front. The remainder is put into the staking pool. And I did a little analysis over here. Let me see where it is. Try and make this a little bit bigger. This is pretty. So roughly for every dollar that goes into the builder program, 75 cents of it ends up in the staking. And there is also a 2.9% charge of the 75 cents. So effectively 72.825 cents for every energy coin that goes in ends up going in the staking pool. And so we're advancing the rewards up front to people to help build the community. Like I said, we don't have a centralized company where we can hire people to build a community of users. We need to expand our community of users. And so what this does is it incentivizes people. They actually can go out and talk about what we're doing, and they can incentivize people. And what's cool about it is you can see here in week 10, the entire upfront advance is earned back. And this, of course, is hypothetical. It assumes that we're going to hit our 4% growth rate in terms of new capital coming in each week. But you can see that we end up with greater than 1 after 10 weeks. And you can see we double after, I don't know what this is, 1, 22, 23, 24, 26 weeks. They have twice the number of coins in staking that they started with, right? So this is a great way to, and on top of it, it does another very important service. The Community Builder program, if the pool gets full, and we're basically close to being full as it is, rather than you forgetting and going ahead and see, we have only 2,000 coins left out of 11 that we started with on Saturday. So what's going to happen here soon is this is going to go to 0, which means no new people can get into staking. Well, what do? Well, this program automatically manages that for you. It puts you on a reservation list, first come, first serve, and make sure that next week when this thing opens up, let's say you're out playing golf at 3:35 on Saturday, this thing will automatically get you in, or anyone else that you had referred into the staking pool. It will try to insert them in there automatically. So it manages the staking. We end up getting a stockpile of people that want to stake, and that also is a really powerful thing. So it does both things. It helps build community, right, which benefits me and you, because Isn't it great if people are out there talking about this, teaching people about DeFi? It takes a lot of energy, a lot of time. We've got, really smart teachers like Pete, many other people, right? This compensates people for their time and energy, and also it ends up just being advance of future rewards. So it's great for the person staking. It also has the service of making sure they get in and manages that for them. So that's the Energy Builder program. Now, if we go, so the way it works is once you do a transaction, you get your own link. It's tied to your Ethereum address. So this is a first, where your reward invitation link is linked to a Ethereum wallet address that you mail to people, and you can see you don't know who the person is, but you can see their wallet address. This is the person that you were invited by, right? You also, if you have energy, you can just stake energy directly. If you don't have energy, you can purchase it right here. This is an overlay on top of Uniswap. It goes to Uniswap with your Ethereum or your US dollar coin. It buys energy for you, and it puts it into the staking pool whenever it can. And so you can see right now we have 44,000 people in the 44,000 coin in the market making staking balance. There's just 2,000 left. Last week, the total reward was 863, right? And it shows that we're in week just 2 out of 100. You can also say I earned, and I just sent this out to a couple people. I earned 78.53 builder rewards, which right now is worth about $7,800, right? A little bit over that. And I have 6 people that I received 15% on, and there's 9 people that I got 10% on. And so this is a great way to gain energy, right? And it's a really powerful first of a kind builder program. Was there anything else specific about this? That we're going to have some help assets and videos, and we're, like I said, we are just literally at the tip of your pit. We just started. In terms of bringing this out where people can participate in it, we've obviously been working on it into last year, and we wanted to make sure everything was at the top tech, that everything was just so efficiently done, and that's what we have here. Yeah, it goes right to your wallet. If, let's say, you refer me and I decide to use this staking service and I stake, you're going to get right to your wallet. You're going to get coins sent to you, and you can either cash those in, or you can save them, or you can do whatever you want to do. So this is a great way of getting more energy for yourself, and it's a great way to basically, what I look at it like, I'm paying people to build the value of energy, right? Because they're going to get out there, they're going to bring in more people. We're going to have more users, not just to purchase coins, but to use the apps that we're developing. And I'm going to show you the apps here in a minute, what we have here. And so this is just one of the pieces, one of the important pieces of energy. Yeah, it puts you in a reservation, first come, first serve. And so you'll be basically waiting until the next availability happens, because I would expect we're going to see the next couple of weeks there's a fairly decent supply, but that's going to drop off quite a bit by design. And so people, but that's why I believe that the price of the coin to meet the capacity and the demand is going to have to go way, way up. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a few moments, why I think we're incredibly undervalued at the moment. Yeah, unfortunately, here's what's happened. Ethereum got up to about $2,000, right? And I think as you heard, Binance Chain and different chains started talking about competing. I think Ethereum major miners and people woke up and said, you know what? If our price of our coin is this high, we're going to lose market share, right? And I think it had a big effect on the recent decline in Ethereum price. And so what I do, I get up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Of course, I'm talking to people in India a lot and developers around the world. And so the best time to transact is early morning. I mean, Sunday night, 2 a.m. you got a chance to stay up, you can transact at much lower rates than during the middle of the day, right? And because the price of Ethereum has dropped off, the prices have reduced. But and we'll talk a little bit about what our plan is to save, because we have a level 2 project that we're going to be coming out with in the next couple months. I'll give you a little hint about that. But yeah, this Ethereum gas price is a huge problem. But at the same time, there's services that we can develop as well other people develop that will use Uniswap and Ethereum as like your settlement and your custody, and it will use a level 2 chain, which is just another chain that communicates with Ethereum to do the actual transactions at very low costs. And then when you're ready to go back onto where the capital is, or to cash out or to go in, you go back to Ethereum and Uniswap. So there's going to be lots of innovation. It's just starting, and you'll see. And we're going to play an active role in developing services that save people on gas, right? Because that's going to be what people that are going to need, and anything that they need that we can provide for our users, for our holders, right? Then that just makes the opportunity to earn revenues, which makes our system more valuable. No, you don't have to restake it, but what happens, the energy that you earn, you have to wait a week before it's claimable, okay? But the amount that you earn, it's kind of kept as a separate balance. It's there, you can claim it, you can withdraw it, but the percentage of the pool that you own isn't increased, only is increased by coins that you actually stake and you put into the system. So to make it clear, if you start off with a certain number of coin and then you're getting a bunch of rewards, those you can claim those and withdraw those. But when it does its calculation to figure out how much you earned out of the total rewards that are available, it's not going to use those earned coins. It's not going to increase your share. That's what I'm saying. So you'd have to withdraw those or put other capital in order to increase your share. So, that's kind of an incentive for people to stake more, because you're going to want to continuously save money. You want to continuously increase the amount of staked energy that you have. Look at it like the ultimate savings program, right? Now, one other thing I want to mention to you, the fee rewards are not paid out based on who has the biggest balances. I mean, it wouldn't be very fair. Instead, as long as you have a minimum of 25 energy, you can participate in the fees from apps. So you have to have 25. So it makes sense to, at times when maybe I'll share with you a site here that you guys can start using.
Hey, Alan, not to intrude, but this is Dwayne. I think what he's asking is, and I just want to clarify this for people.
Sure.
What you earn in staking, okay? Of course, the more coins you have staked, the more you'll earn on staking rewards as far as the minting goes. But what you earn in staking will roll over automatically and go back into staking the next week.
Yes.
If you don't withdraw. That's what he's asking. So I just want to clarify that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Is that what you're asking, Ed? It'll go right back into staking, correct? Yep.
And yeah.
No gas fee.
So next week we're gonna have some really good rewards, because first of all, there was 11,000 coins this week. Secondly, we're gonna earn 30% from last week's rewards, right? And then the following week we're going to earn 60% from last week's rewards next week, and we'll earn 30% of this week's rewards. So you see, it's delayed, it's weighted to encourage people, first of all, to wait. We didn't want people just jumping into staking, jumping back out. We built in a 7.5% burn to prevent people from doing it, right? But ultimately, it's called market maker staking for a reason, because you're going to have to make the decision to manage. You want the price, because you own the energy. You want the price to be supported and fair. At the same time, we may find ourselves where there's a lack of supply on Uniswap. So you may find that it's going to be advantageous to pull some coins out of staking. But when you do that, you're going to miss out on a lot of growth. So, you know, some people aren't going to want to do that. A lot of people are going to want to stay in there and get those huge returns, right? That's the mining of this. These are our miners. Cost you no electricity. You don't have to run a mining rig. You're gaining the growth in coins, and it's regulated by the amount of capital that comes in here. And there's a limit. This is the only program I know of that has a limit on how much you can stake. So it's maxed out. So our growth rate at 4% a week is absolutely high, but fair and achievable. And working together, we can generate that type of growth rate with energy.
I have a quick question. The unstaked energy, so on your screen that's 76, which usually shows up in your MetaMask wallet, that energy does need to be restaked because it's not in the staking pool.
Yeah, well, it's just showing you what you right now that you have this available, and you can go ahead and stake that from your wallet. That's, yeah.
Correct. You will have to pay. You will have, if you want to stake that, you will have to pay the gas fee to stake that. So
Okay.
that is your energy that you earn from the community builder rewards.
Correct. So there's just the community builder rewards are not automatically staked. You have to pay the gas fees.
They get sent to your wallet, so you're going to need to go ahead and stake those as soon as possible. Yeah, I'd recommend anybody who has coins available. I would, if it was me, I would stake as much as I could, as early as I could. Obviously, if you look at the theory behind energy, huge advantages to doing that.
And one thing I want to point out, which is huge, if you don't mind, and Peter, I hope you don't mind me intruding, because this is big. Okay, when you go stake your coins, those community builder rewards are paid out again. So, for instance, if you had 100 coins in the community builder plan, or let's say the people that you have referred have 100 coins and they stake those, they've earned those in the community builder, you're going to get that 15 and 10%. That's going to go to the community builders as well that introduced you, which is pretty dang powerful when you think about it.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So, yeah. Any other questions?
Alan. Hi, Chris. If we're currently staking, can we add liquidity as well back into the pool at a later date?
Of course. Yes, you can. There's lots of, I mean, if you start thinking about strategy, you can do that also. I mean, that's definitely something you can, people can make are free to make their choices of how they want to manage it. Well, we're not going to give any advice on what's best. Just going to tell you that, being in this financial system is very, very advantageous. It represents great opportunity for you and for all of us here well into the future. One of the, and I just want to say, I know we had a really big run up last week and then the price came down, but it's because our liquidity, I mean, we're still very small, and all it took was one person who came in with 150 grand, decide to take some profits. And that's all that happened. And they were able to, which is great, which proves that there is enough liquidity here for all of us, right? But it's also, I think I would put a wager that person is going to look in the future and say, wow, that was like, I was there when Bitcoin went from 8 to 200 within a day or two back, I think it was 2015, right? And it seemed great to get $120 for an $8 Bitcoin, and of course today it's not so good. So that's the type of trajectory that we hope to offer for energy. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the apps here. Okay, we're gonna have an exciting announcement this week. We've been, and the announcement is going to be for a developer has developed a platform that lets algorithmic developers deploy algos from TradingView or through their own systems onto the NRGY platform and deliver those directly into a TD Ameritrade account. And we actually have a number of really successful, we believe, back-tested algorithms this week that are going to be trading live on TD Ameritrade. And so to give you a context, imagine, with NRGY, we have the ability for people, and there's lots of great, intelligent people that build programs for program trading. Matter of fact, most of the trading activity today in the markets is program trading. And those developers, if they can develop a successful program and people can apply their capital to it, and of course they're going to be paying subscription fees to use that program. And once again, that's going to generate solid revenues for us. I'm going to go ahead and first of all show you just the API that we have. It'll be a couple more days before I'll be able to show you a real polished, finished front end for this, but at least it'll just show you how close we have for this to roll out, as well as a number of other really exciting services. And that's where the big focus is getting those services up. So let me share with you here. Let me see where I'm at. I don't think. Okay, so this is, as you can see, it works there's a TD Ameritrade. This is an API. For those of you that don't know what an API is, it's basically a way of from another computer sending orders, trades, or getting information to a central system. Well, this platform has an API, and it works with TradingView, which I'll show you here in a minute, and it can work with any trading system out there. And what a computer can do is send in orders directly into TD Ameritrade through our platform. And to get access to that, people can pay subscription fees priced in our NRGY to pay for that. And once again, 20% of those revenues are paid into the market maker staking pool, and 80% get paid out to the developer or the development company. So let me go ahead and I'm going to show you how powerful this is. And this, of course, is just one of, I'm actually going to log in to the system. Actually, let's do that first. So this is Trade Genie powered by NRGY, right? And then what it does is it goes ahead and authorizes, you have to authorize your account through TD Ameritrade. The user has to do this. I'll hit allow. And now I'm authorized successfully. Once that's in place, this algorithm I can purchase capacity in this algorithm. It's per share traded. Each trade can be 1 share, it can be 100 shares, it can be 500 shares. The more shares I trade, the bigger the fee I pay, and people can pay weekly or monthly or quarterly or yearly. The fees are charged in NRGY, and obviously we're only limited by how many hot, solid investment algos that can be developed and put on the system. And so this is going to be a great revenue source for us. And then once those are in place, automatically trades. I'll show you one here for AMD. First of all, I'm going to show you, make this a little smaller so you can see it. This is basically going back, I believe, this is going back to August of 2020 in AMD. Now AMD's gone from up about $30 since August. This trading program, though, has doubled that return. It has gone up $60 since August, with less risk because you're not always exposed to the market forces, right? And so if you look, you'll see the profit percentage, 110% profit, how much it made, there's the $61. And so it basically gives you the statistics. And here's all the actual trades going back. And these are hypothetical, but they're back tested. And so you can see this is a very solid algo trading program using AMD, one of the biggest companies in the world, right? And so you, rather than just buying AMD, you can use this program to manage AMD for you. And every 45 minutes, this thing can generate a trade for you and increase your returns on AMD. Now, obviously, AMD needs, we want it to go up because this particular program you can see always buys. But there's all kinds of different investment technologies that can be applied to it from all types of investors. And having a platform like TradeGenie for energy is going to make all of us, I believe, a lot of revenues and make our our ownership of the staking pool, right? Our participation really, really a great position to be in. Okay, and this will be rolling out here this week. All right. So once again, in review, TradeGenie is a platform for developers of automated trading algorithms. They can develop their algorithm, put it up on TradeGenie. Investors can link their TD Ameritrade account, just like I showed you, and it will do automated trading for you all throughout the trading day in the stock market. And so that's really, really a great service. And to start with, we've got some really excellent algorithms that people can start with. And this also introduces NRGY to a whole new group of possible holders, people that are in the stock market. They don't know much about crypto. They haven't really kind of migrated into this area. So I think it's going to be a huge growth area for us. What do you guys think?
I think that's awesome.
Yes, yes. So that's just I can't tell you how excited. In addition to this, we also have Forex trading. You saw on the API, we have automated Forex trading. We also services. We are going to have also a user interface for live trading on brank.io, which has a fantastic user interface. One thing about Uniswap, when you go to it, as we all know, Uniswap, unfortunately, does not have the greatest interface, and the big problem is you get this scary, when you go to, to buy something, you get that scary message, right, about the contract, which, and I understand they need to do it, but there's a lot of fake contracts on Uniswap. So having a user interface that provides better charts, that provides knowing that you're not going to put your money in a bad contract, keeps track of your trades so you don't have to go through your wallet and try to figure out where all your trades went. People will pay a fee, right, in NRGY for that service when they place a trade. And so we will be bringing out those type of front-end services. Now, let me tell you, and you brought up this thing about the gas prices. Now, let me tell you what our ultimate goal is. And keep in mind, this is all in design phase right now. But I have a lot of experience in building trading systems. I am the founder of a company called CoinLock. CoinLock is an institutional trading platform for hedging Bitcoin.
Because guys, Alan and I are business partners, as many of you guys know. Alan is, I can't say enough, guys. Alan is a absolute genius when it comes to things. I come from a marketing background and also from a trading background, and Alan comes from a trading background and a coding programming background. So you got to know that this team is what we have, guys. It's unbelievable. I'm really super duper excited too. And actually, Alan is back with us. Alan, you froze up there. Your mouth was wide open, and you. We thought maybe you were showing us like your dentistry, how good your teeth were for a second there.
There you go. Okay,
there you go.
So the gas fees and transaction fees are an issue, but what's also an issue for trading is we don't want a TD Ameritrade or a hedge fund or Robinhood to sell information to somebody that basically trades against us. And that's the nice part, is developing a trading platform where it's private, peer-to-peer, that uses DeFi, and that can obviously be much faster and much cheaper, is the holy grail. And NRGY has a design, a developer has a design and the experience, and many of the pieces to put that together have already been, are already in the arsenal, right, are already there. And so and I'm not going to give you a time frame when that's going to come out. I'm going to tell you that we're working, developers right now are working on cutting edge. And what we want to do is get our coin and our capital where it's larger. Our capitalization right now, if you look at the other coins on the market, I mean, we literally just fell off the bottom. We're not even, we were at 165. Look, they're at 2.8 million. Now, we've only been around for a week. Many of these companies have been around for a year, or 9 months or whatever. So, I mean, we're doing well. Okay. We're off to, and thanks to all of you for not only, putting your hard and important money to work here in this financial system, but also to realize, look, just $2.8 million in liquidity. Imagine what 2.8 million will do to the valuation of our coin, right? Of energy. Imagine what 5 million will do. Imagine what 10 million will do. And I can tell you that these are not big numbers. They're achievable numbers. So we have a lot, I believe, by the design of the financial system, the fact that there's a real scarcity of supply, and the fact that there is, we could bring in, one day we'll have 50 million liquidity and more. So though you'll see price swings like going up to 170 and it comes back down, and I know it made everybody upset, but it's nothing. It's a sign. It's a sign of where we're going. It's a sign. You don't see that every day. Something opens up in a week and boom, you just don't see it. And so I know what the long-term prospects are. And I know that once in a while you come across something that really, if you think a little bit ahead and you think a little bit longer term, and this, we're not talking about years and years and years, but a little bit more than the next trade. And you realize that maybe, if you look at this and you read it and you think it through, I think you're going to come to the conclusion that this could be the thing that just, changes everything for you, your family, your friends. I mean, I believe we can do that together. Okay. The very fact is that everyone's stuck in there, and we're still trading over 100. It's fantastic. It's just absolutely, and I want to thank all of you for having the confidence, right, to be there right now as I am. I mean, I have everything on the line as well. But financially, but I know it's gonna be there for us, and we can make great things happen together. So I want to thank you, and let you know that all of us together can make this into, like I said, just something really, really special for us.
Yeah, one thing I want to say is what's really cool, guys, about trading. It's all on perception, right? It's all on perspectives. People have different perspectives and different scenarios in life. You got to think. We did something so unbelievably incredible this past week, right? You had people that were getting in at $10, $20, $30, wherever they got in along the line, and the thing went up to $170. So for some people, their perception is, oh my gosh, I made enough to pay off my car, or pay off my mortgage, or pay off my credit card debt, right? And they were at a point in life that they went ahead and took their profits. This is how the world works. That was life-changing for them. But I'm going to tell you, they haven't seen life-changing yet, because I'm pretty confident that when people see how high we believe this can go, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, that was life-changing. Think back to 2009, right? People got in Bitcoin. They started mining Bitcoin. They got them for a fraction of a penny, maybe a penny. It went up to $8, right? $8, and they had 5,000 Bitcoin, and oh my gosh, they had $40,000. That was life-changing for them. What do? They sold their Bitcoin. Now fast forward to today, and what you have 1,000 Bitcoin, what is it worth? Like 30, 40 million, $45 million for 1,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah, well, people did that with Apple, right? They did it with Amazon. I was in the internet. I mean, ran out. So yeah, you got to make the decision. Like, what is really happening here? And the sign is that this is just a flicker of what the big wave is going to be. We're not even publicly known yet. We're not even on the list. And together, we're going to be on that list. We're going to be way up on that list. And we are going to see so much upside for us. So much.
Yeah.
So I encourage all you to really evaluate this. Come to your own conclusion. You can always do what you think is best for you. But ultimately, this is real opportunity.
And that's the great thing about trading is it's just perspective, you know. People ask themselves, what's life-changing to you? What's life-changing to you? You know, everybody's scenario for being life-changing is different right along the way in life. It's a beautiful thing. It's the way the world was designed. So you have these surges up, you have the market corrections, another surge up, market correction. I mean, and that's just the way trading works. And it's, you know, I love trading because trading and technology, new innovation, all those good things is what really changes people's lives. I mean, look at the story of Elon Musk. Look at the story of Warren Buffett. Look at the story of these guys. And it's pretty amazing to see these.
You bring up Elon Musk. It's, you know, he had to have a lot of faith, right? To take what he had and put it all at risk to build a spaceship company, to build an electric car company.
Exactly.
It's a leap of faith, but you know, the fact is, and it got a little hairy for him for a little while there. I mean, but because of the faith and he had the vision and he believed, he had that feeling, and ultimately, that's what we got to go on. How do we really feel about this? And,
Elon Musk could have took 200 million that he made from PayPal back in the early 2000s and walked. The guy didn't. The guy didn't. The guy, like Alan said, he put it at risk and he built something bigger and better.
But the real thing is, what are we really building here? What we're doing is we're building a financial system that's going to give our kids choice of really a fair place to work and to save and to build something for themselves where they're not in debt, where they're building something, and not just people we know, everyone. That's what we're starting here. That's what it is, okay? And that's beyond a short-term profit on a coin. There's lots of that going on. You can go through, look at the list, boom. Last month or two, lots of things popped up, popped down. The real question is, where can we build something? What can we do beyond just trading, where we're really building something important? And you can see, if you look at the foundation of this, and the foundation of this is decades more than a decade in the making. If you look at this, you'll say, yeah, we could bring out something very, very important here. And I'm going to obviously benefit for myself, but it's beyond personal benefit, you know. And so I welcome you guys. I appreciate the strength and vision that you have, and let's work together and let's get to liquidity moving this week. What do you think?
Absolutely. It sounds good to me. Peter and I are going to be doing some Zooms this week, guys. Some presentations, lots of good, and very short, guys. These presentations don't have to be very long to explain this and the power of this. So, you know, we'll be doing those. We'll be doing those live on Facebook. You can attend, bring some guests. You know, it's going to be a really good thing. But I want you to understand the vision of the people involved with this project. You know, I always surround myself with great people, and I know Alan does too. And the one thing is for us, it's not necessarily about how much money we make along the way. for me, it's always like, my wife always says, why are you working so hard? Why are you working so hard? Why do you work so hard? And I said, because I've got to have a purpose. It's about having a purpose. It's about way more than money. It's about having a purpose and leaving a legacy that, you know, that when it's all said and done, you gave your all and you helped to change a number of lives along the way.
Dwayne, I wanted to mention something about gas fees. So if you go to Ether gas station, okay, because I see someone commented, if you go to Ether gas station, this is what okay, right now it's at 70. That's great. That's really, really good. That's just fantastic. So right now is a great time to buy, to stake, to do anything you want to do. This probably go lower even later today. So this is a great time if you want to move some things around or do some trade. I mean, this is just beautiful. So that's a great way to kind of keep track, to kind of estimate like how things are going for you. Okay.
Gas fees are really inexpensive right now. So if you have coins that you want to stake, now would be a really good time to stake them. I noticed that earlier when I was sending some things. Yeah. Was the gas fees? I think it was $30 earlier. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Awesome. Well, it's getting about 9 o'clock. Our goal here was to be respectful of your time. Appreciate the opportunity to share and speak with you guys. And I guess Peter kicked it over to me to host. Okay,
to close it out.
Beautiful. All right, Dwayne.
Because Peter.
All right.
Peter well,
thank you guys. So, does anyone have any further questions before we wrap this up? Everything's good. All right. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Good. Yeah. One quick one.
Sure.
What was that? Ethergasstation.com or what?
Yeah, Ether. It's not .com. Just Google Ether Gas Station.
Station.info.
I think it's actually.
Christy posted it in the chat there.
Yeah, ETHgassStation.info. ETHgassStation.info, and that will save you some money keeping track of that.
Alan, Chris again. Sorry, I just want to clarify. I asked a question about restaking. So if I've got coins staked now and then I add more liquidity, will I have to wait till Saturday to stake them when the new cycle starts?
No, see, if you participate in the community builder program, it will. If there's no, right now there is space, but if there is no space, it will get you in, and you'll be in line. And so that's a great service. So you could use that to increase your opportunity to stake. Okay.
Okay.
And
cool.
So you don't have to worry so much. Is it full? Is it not full? You just put it in there, and the system will manage it and make sure that you get in at the earliest opportunity for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you. Thank you all.
Up this week, we're gonna have some fun with this, guys. Let's not only help several people, change just their lives. Let's go help many others change their lives as well. So,
all right.
Have a great night. Be safe, everyone, and we will see you in the coming week.
Thank you.
Bye for now.